Hello, little man. Boy, I've sure heard a lot about you. You see, I was in that Hanoi hell with your father when we were imprisoned for 5 years. Now, when two men are in a situation like me and your father were, for as long as we were, you take on certain responsibilities to each other. Had it been your Major Coolidge who had survived, he'd be talking to my son right now, my son Jim. But the way it worked out, I'm talking to you. Butch, I got something for you. This watch. Your daddy was wearing this watch when he was shot down over Hanoi. It was first purchased by your great-grandfather from a little general store in Knoxville, Tennessee, on the day he set sail for Paris in World War I. Every day of the war, this is the watch that he had on. Now, when he come home, he put the watch in a coffee can, and there it stayed. It stayed there until your grandfather got called once again to fight the Germans. This time they called it World War II. And so your great-grandfather goes to the coffee can and takes out his gold watch to give it to his son as good luck. It would be his war watch. Not the watch that he wore, although he wore this watch, but it was also his war watch. Well, anyway, your granddad, Dane Coolidge, his luck wasn't as good as his old man's. Your grandfather was a Marine, and he died with the rest of the Marines at the Battle of Wake Island. 3 days before the island was took, your grandfather was facing death. He knew it. He asks a man, a gunner, Wanaki, a man who he had never met before in his life, to deliver his gold war watch that he wore during the war to his infant son, who he had never seen before, the gold watch. Well, 3 days later, your grandfather is dead, but Wanaki kept his word and delivered the watch to your infant father, the gold watch. This watch was on your daddy's wrist when he was shot down over that Hanoi hell. Now, your daddy, he realized that the watch would be confiscated. The way he looked at it, this watch was your birthright. He'd be damned if some slanted-eyed slope would get his hands on his son's birthright. Again, he'd be damned if some slant got his hands on the birthright. So he hid it the one place he knew he could hide it, up his ass. For 5 long years, your father wore this watch up his ass. After 5 years, your father died of dysentery. What else? And so he told me when he's dying that he wants me to wear his watch up my ass. 2 more years I wore the watch up my ass. And now, little man, I give the watch to you. I don't have an ending for this, so I'll just take a bow.